We need a book like Writing Now because our conception of writing has just so profoundly changed in the last couple of decades. It's not just about words anymore. Everything our students see, everything they read, and eventually everything they compose will require them to be able to integrate visual and verbal information. They don't know how to do that. We need to help them do it. That's one of the main reasons for this book. Well, the difference, the unique quality of Writing Now is our attention to audience. Other books simply say, write to an audience. We try to help students think very carefully about what that audience knows, what they care about, what their questions are. We help them understand that the audience for an evaluation might not be the same as an audience for a report or a proposal. So we give a lot of attention to audience, more so than I think other books do. Another thing that's very different about our book is we try to help them understand the strategies they can use to compose effectively. We know these strategies exist, and we know they vary from one genre to another. So to make a good argument in an evaluation requires different rhetorical and different intellectual work than you might need in a good proposal or a report. So we try to help them understand the genre-specific strategies that will let them develop their ideas, engage their audience, create an appropriate voice. We found our readings for Writing Now in a wide range of places where students would look, for one thing, Wired magazine, the web, op-ed pages, proposals on public policy. We found them in a wide range of places, and we chose them for a couple of reasons. One, we think they're just plain good models. You can look at those and say, now, how did this person develop the argument here? How did they explore this topic in a way that really reveals the complexity of the topic? What did they do to engage the audience with this topic? How did they do that? So they're good models, and they're models of strategies that students can learn to use. We also chose them because they deal with topics that we think students just plain find interesting. They want to talk about. They're engaging. They're topics that have to do with their life, with the things they see right now. And yet another criterion we had in mind when we chose these readings, we wanted them to be good models of visual communication. We wanted them to be able to show students how to integrate visual and verbal information in ways that were highly effective, highly successful. One of my main goals for students has to do with something that I can't do for them. I cannot anticipate all the kinds of writing they will need to do, all the circumstances in which they will need to write, all the contexts in which they will need to write. I can't teach them every single thing they need to know. So one of my real goals for the book is to help students be able to teach themselves. We look at models in the book saying, okay, here's how this person developed the argument here. What can you learn from that? Well, we can't teach them everything there is to know about developing an argument. But what we can do is help them develop habits of mind so that when they go into a new context, they can see, this is an effective piece of writing. What did they do? How did they do that? So one of the real goals, the long-term goals for my students, is to have them be able to teach themselves to do the analytic work that we've done in the book as they move into new contexts.